For some individuals, this part is easy. Just 4 years of training and protecting the rights of their country. But for others, like myself, MEHRDAD, these 4 years go by painstakingly slow. It all started when the Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein announced that the Shatt al-Arab River, separating Iraq from Iran, would from that moment forward belong to Iraq. The Iranian president, Hassan Rouhani, responded to this claim by attacking the Iraqis on their side of the river. Thus began a conflict that ran for many years.
My brother, Shaddad, and I sat in our room, completely exhausted after a long day of training. We'd spent the day running drills, preparing for the inevitable war we knew was coming. We had always known that we would be soldiers. In Iran, every male high school graduate served in the Islamic Republic of Iran Army Ground Forces for 4 years before continuing on with their lives. It was protocol. Shaddad and I were closing in on our last year of required training, and I actually really enjoyed it. I loved the repetition of training, and I had a strong work ethic which placed me at the top of our class, with my brother Shaddad in second. We had been competing since birth, but that only enhanced our friendship, and he was still the best friend I ever had.
Although trained to fight, I possessed the soul of an artist, taking more interest in art and music than anything else. I knew in my heart I could never take another person's life, especially for political reasons. Growing up, I watched my friends obsess over army figurines, mimic battles, and brag about their future lives as soldiers. That never fascinated me. I obsessed over painting techniques and music theory, devoting my time to painting. I inherited my love for music from my mother, who also taught me the importance of respecting human life. I chose my peace over war, and a peaceful soldier was the only kind of soldier I wished to become.
On January 10, 1986, Iraq seized Iran's Shatt al-Arab River. The action marked the beginning of the Iraq and Iran War. I distinctly remember hearing my lieutenant's voice announced over the intercom in the middle of the night. Iraq has taken sovereignty over the Shatt al-Arab River. Prepare to move out in 3 hours to attack and defend our river. A million thoughts raced through my mind. While I enjoyed the physical exercise of training, I stood against violence, no matter the circumstance. Under the strict control of the Shah regime, I knew the consequences would be harsh. I'd be arrested if I disobeyed a war order and refused to fight. I stood there, knowing I had to make my decision. Do I go against my morals and fight, or do I refuse to serve and face the backlash?
I remember my heart racing at the thought of telling my lieutenant. He would not be happy upon hearing his top soldier refuse to participate in the raid. I decided to leave without telling anyone except Shaddad. I tried to convince him to join me. I knew he could never really kill someone simply because another one told him to. The thought sickened him too, but he was too afraid. He feared the authorities more than his conscience. After a hard goodbye, I began to tread the only path I knew I could. I gathered my things and decided to leave, but the lieutenant was waiting for me, angry, confused, and disappointed. He gave me 2 options. If I served in the war, he'd forget the stunt I was about to pull. But if I didn't serve, he'd turn me over to the police. I chose the police.
I served a 6-month jail sentence, and once released, decided I couldn't continue my life in Iran. I chose to pursue what I really believed in, so I moved to America to study art and develop my passion for music. I never regretted my decision to leave Iran, and years later, Shaddad admitted that he admired me for what I did that day, for standing up for what I believed in and facing the consequences head-on.